It's Saturday morning at 10 a.m., so you know what that means. It's time for What's Up, Ocala? With tens of thousands of viewers every month on our YouTube channel and millions so far on TikTok, we are joined by our host, local owner and broker of Great Expectations Realty, Andrea Praber.
Good morning and welcome to What's Up, Ocala. I'm your host, Andrea Praber, and today we're actually not going to be talking about Ocala. We are going to be talking about just a little bit further north. That's right, we're talking about Gainesville today. You know, we live so close to Gainesville, but there's a lot of stuff to do up there and a lot of things that you should be getting to know and see and, visit. So let's talk a little bit about Gainesville. If you've actually lived in Ocala for a long period of time, you have probably been to Gainesville. In fact, if you live on the northern part of Marion County, it's probably going to be easier for you to shop in Gainesville instead of Ocala. From my centrally located Ocala office to downtown Gainesville, it's only about 35 minutes driving north, a little bit further from home because, of course, I live in southwest Marion County. So a little bit more to that. But Gainesville it is much smaller than Marion County and Ocala, but Gainesville actually does have a higher population for its city. It's about 62 square miles for the actual city of Gainesville. And as of January 2022, the population was estimated to be about 133,000. Alachua County, or Alachua, as some of them call it, is 969 square miles, so considerably smaller than the almost 1,600 that Marion County has. The population of Alachua County is estimated to be about 277,000 people. Gainesville is a cool mix of college town vibe, outdoor adventures, and laid-back charm. It's home to the University of Florida, so you can feel that Gator spirit like all over town, whether you're catching a football game or not. If you're into nature, you can definitely check out spots like Payne's Prairie, where you can go hiking and maybe spot some wild horses, or the Devil's Millhopper, which is like a really cool sinkhole with its own little rainforest. And there's also plenty of rivers and springs nearby if you want to go swimming or kayaking. All throughout Central Florida, there's about 1,000 natural artesian springs that we get to visit and choose from. So that's pretty cool. But don't miss out on the Gainesville ones. All right, so maybe you want to visit downtown Gainesville. See, I almost said Ocala there. Downtown Gainesville is a lot of fun with local shops. They've got some really great cafes. They've got live music all the time. The city has a great art scene. It has lots of events, theaters, festivals, and just all sorts of stuff to bring the community together. Gainesville also has like this easygoing, welcoming vibe that's perfect for anyone looking to explore, relax, and just kind of enjoy the mix of nature and culture. It's definitely college town though, so just be aware of that. The age is closer to young. We'll just go with young. Well, I'm not even going to go into that because I'm going to feel old and we don't need to do that. So definitely college town vibe though. One of the places I've enjoyed visiting, though, in Gainesville is the Cade Museum. I don't know if you've been there. It's fairly new, really. The mission of the Cade Museum is to inspire and equip future inventors, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. What a great concept. It was named after Dr. James Robert Cade, who's a professor of kidney medicine at UF. And the museum began in 2006 with a very generous gift from Dr. Cade and his wife, Mary Cade. It's a 21,000 square foot museum, and it actually opened in 2018. So like I said, it's pretty new. But since 2018, more than 100,000 visitors have experienced the Cade's unique hands-on programming, and it's designed to spark imagination and inspire creativity in our youth. It's so fun. It's also so fun. While you might be thinking that it's all interesting, but it has absolutely nothing to do with you, well, I beg to differ. You probably, right this moment, have one of Cade's inventions in your home right now, or you've used one of his inventions in the past. Okay, how can I possibly say that? I mean, I have no idea who's listening right now, but I can definitely say that even though he was a small local inventor, his inventions have helped to change the world, which is really saying something. His invention, Dr. Cade's inventions, included the first shock dissipating football helmet, a high protein milkshake used by surgical patients, athletes, and cancer patients to this day. And he also has a method for treating autism and schizophrenia through diet modification. Researchers that are led by Cade's former colleagues are continuing his autism research at the J. Robert Cade Foundation in Argentina. And they're using much of Dr. Cade's data and equipment to do this. But, and here's the kicker, back in 1965, there was an offhand question that was posed to Dr. Cade by former University of Florida linebacker Dwayne Douglas. Why don't football players ever have to pee during a game? Never really thought about it, did you? All right. Well, Cade began investigating dehydration on the sports field because he was a renal doctor or kidney doctor. He was intrigued. He soon designed and tested a drink that replaced the electrolytes lost through sweat during intense exercise. And I bet you already know what that drink was. But with the permission of the coaches back then, Cade's team was allowed to test the drink on the freshman football team. Of course, the freshmen. They always make the freshmen try anything. Let's test it on them. They'll be the guinea pigs. Don't do it to the seniors. Anyway, unexpectedly, once they drank this beverage, they then beat the upperclassmen in a practice session. Completely changed everything. Ray Graves, who was the Florida's head coach, immediately ordered up a large batch for his varsity squad. And in October of 1965, the Gators beat the LSU Tigers in a major upset. Soon after, other teams wanted to know what this magic elixir the Gators were drinking on the sidelines was. So in 1967, the Gators, after a miserable first half, dominated Georgia Tech in the third and fourth quarters, and they won 27-12 in their first ever Orange Bowl victory. After the game, Georgia Tech coach Bobby Dodd told Gator coach Ray Graves, "We didn't have Gatorade. That made all the difference." That's right. Gatorade and all of the electrolyte boosting drinks out there all originated with Dr. Cade right here in Central Florida. Today, Gatorade is owned by PepsiCo and dominates about 80% of the sports beverage market with worldwide sales of about $5 billion. That's, billion with a B, a year, every year. That's crazy. The Cade Museum, which opened to the public on May 19, 2018, it reflects Dr. Cade's outlandish spirit, his zest for life, and his enthusiasm for new ideas, and his constant, genuine interest in helping, motivating, and encouraging people of all ages and experiences. And that's definitely what's happening at the Cade Museum. Beautiful concept. This museum is a testament to how asking questions and thinking outside of the box can literally change the game for everyone, pun intended. It's also a really fun place and has a lot of hands-on things to play with for kids and adults. I definitely enjoyed it. So what about UF? You know, you could definitely explore the amazing campus. It's absolutely beautiful. You can visit the museums. You can catch a Gators sporting event. Yes, I say sporting event, not just game, because it could be all sorts of stuff. They have basketball. They have, of course, the football. They have all sorts of athletic events going on up there. It is not just Gator football. Okay, there's a whole bunch more. In fact, one of their recent basketball players is changing the record for the NCAA as he is the tallest basketball player, not only in college basketball, but also in the NBA as well. He is 7'9" tall. Is that not crazy? So he is actually about a good half foot taller than Shaquille O'Neal. It's crazy. And he's all of 18 years old. So really, really interesting stuff. They have some really amazing sports teams and things to do up in Gainesville at the UF campus. UF is actually one of the largest universities in the United States in terms of enrollment and actual physical size as well. It has an enrollment of over 50,000 students, including undergraduate, graduate, and professional students. What's really interesting is it's still really hard to get into UF. So, wow. Yeah, to have that many students and it still be, them still being pretty picky about who they accept, that's saying something. In terms of actual size, the UF main campus covers approximately 2,000 acres. So this extensive campus includes academic buildings, research facilities, residence halls, athletic facilities, green spaces to look at. It has additional facilities and research centers throughout the entire state of Florida, including right here in Marion County. One of the main features of UF is, of course, Shands Hospital. Shands is a prominent teaching hospital located in Gainesville and serves as the primary teaching hospital for UF College of Medicine. Shands is a major academic medical center where medical students, residents, and fellows receive training. It's also a hub for medical research and innovation. Some of the best doctors and specialists in the world can be found there. Now, Shands offers a wide range of medical services. They include general medicine, surgical care, and a lot of specialized services in a lot of different fields like cardiology, oncology, neurology, and all the other ologies. It's equipped with state-of-the-art medical technology and facilities. So, yeah, the hospital actually has a level 1 trauma center, and that provides the highest level of care for trauma patients. It's equipped to handle really complex and life-threatening injuries. And in fact, if there's something exceptionally complex that brings you to one of the Ocala hospitals, there's a pretty good chance you're getting shipped to Shands. Yeah, I got my first ever ambulance ride when I was 27. It was in the course of being sent from what was then called MRMC, emergency, on up to Shands because I got to, unfortunately, play a round of Stump the Doctors, which is not actually a fun game to play. I was 26 weeks pregnant and found out I had a congenital heart defect called Wolff-Parkinson-White. It's a terrible time to find that out, just to let you know. I mean, it's never a good time to find out you have a heart defect, but that is really, really not a good time. It basically sent my heart into tachycardia for way over an hour. And so I was stabilized at MRMC, and then they said, thank you, but no, and sent me packing on up to Shands with my unborn baby Lexi, who is now 16 years old and a student at CF. And yeah, she and I got sent off to Shands for them to deal with, and they did. And it was pretty incredible. So yeah, anything weird, you're going to get to meet a lot of doctors and students in Gainesville. You're gonna make some friends. Within UF Shands Hospital, there's also a dedicated children's hospital known as UF Health Shands Children's Hospital. We just call it the Pediatric Shands Hospital, but whatever. It's basically specializing in pediatric care, and it offers a huge range of pediatric medicine and surgical services. I'm not joking. This building is massive. Thanks to our son Michael's very specialized needs, we have become very familiar with Gainesville in that way too. So thank you, Michael, for that. I know I joke around, but honestly, UF Shands Hospital plays a huge role in medical education and training. The students, residents, and fellows from UF College of Medicine gain hands-on experience in clinical training at the hospital, and then they end up in hospitals and clinics all over the world. So the hospital is involved in all this cutting-edge medical research, these clinical trials, healthcare innovation. It's basically a leader in advancing medical knowledge and treatment options. It's absolutely phenomenal, and it's just up the road from us. Shands is also really involved with the local community. They offer a lot of community health programs and outreach initiatives to promote health and well-being in the region, not just in Alachua County, but there's actually quite a few of those programs that are right here in Marion County as well, including a very cool obstetrics program. So you might want to look into that. Not only do they have this in medical care, but they also have dental care as well. So over the years, Shands has received a whole gob of awards and recognitions for high quality healthcare. But there's also another aspect of UF in Gainesville that you have to be aware of. Yep, I know. If you live in Central Florida, the chances are you're going to go to a Gator football game at some point and it is an awesome experience. Okay. Going to a Florida Gator football game is an experience like no other. Yes, I know I said there are other sports and all of that, but it's Gator football. I mean, it's just different. If you're going to a Gator football game and you're going to the Swamp, which is the Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, it is electric from the moment you step onto the campus. The energy is contagious. The fans are all decked out in orange and blue, and they're tailgating with like barbecue and all sorts of stuff. And there's music, and Gator chants are echoing everywhere, and they're doing the chomp, and it's just amazing. And then once you get inside the stadium, it is loud, it is rowdy in the best possible way. The crowds are all in sync. They're doing the famous Gator chomp. They're singing the fight song. At one point, everything goes dark and they've got their camera lights going. It's cool. So when the team runs out onto the field, you can actually feel the roar of tens of thousands of fans as they literally shake that stadium. It's like a massive family reunion where everyone's hyped up all together all at the same time and for all the same reason. And the game itself is intense as well. It's very fast paced. There's a lot of action. Everyone's hanging on to every play. Win or lose, the Gator spirit is really strong, more so if they win. And you basically leave feeling like you were part of something big. And it's not just a football game. It's like a full day experience, and it's filled with tradition, excitement, and community. And it's really cool. So just set aside a whole day and go and do that. And last I heard, they had season tickets available this year. So kind of cool there. Well, there's also located at the UF campus, the Florida Museum of Natural History in Gainesville, and it's a must-visit spot if you're curious about Florida's natural wonders. It offers a wide range of exhibits that dive into the state's rich natural history. One of the highlights is the fossil exhibit, where you can see the bones of all these ancient creatures that once roamed Florida, like giant sloths and mammoths and stuff like that. It's a cool way to kind of step back in time and learn about what Florida looked like millions of years ago. It was pretty cool. But the big draw for me is the Butterfly Rainforest, or as we call it, the Butterfly Museum. It is a lush, living exhibit filled with hundreds of just free-flying butterflies from all over the world, all different sizes and shapes and colors. And you get to walk through the garden surrounded by these colorful butterflies, the waterfalls, the tropical plants. Some of them will land on you. It's really cool. It is really cool. The museum also has exhibits on Florida's ecosystems, native peoples, a collection of ancient artifacts. It's just a really great spot for kids and adults, and it blends education and entertainment in this fun, hands-on way. So pretty cool. Plus, admission is free. I mean, donations are appreciated, but it's free. So making it really affordable and enriching for an outing. So really great. What other stuff can you do in Gainesville, though? Okay, so we keep talking about UF, but what are the other stuff? Well, my husband and I have really enjoyed attending shows at the Hippodrome Theater. I don't know if you've been there before or not, but it's really cool. You can watch live theater productions and performances, and it's in this really cool historic building. It's like, if you're from Ocala, you're thinking a mixture between OCT and Marion Theater. It's pretty cool. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff that you can go and do besides all of that, though. I mean, you could go to Paynes Prairie Preserve State Park. Yeah, say that 5 times fast. I dare you. So Paynes Prairie Preserve State Park, you can go hiking. You can check out the wildlife. You can enjoy the scenic views of the prairie and the wetlands. It's really neat. Then there's the botanical gardens, where you can wander through these themed gardens that offer this huge collection of different kinds of plants. There's the Harn Museum of Art. I haven't personally been to that one yet, but I hear there's a huge range of art collections from contemporary to Asian and African art. There's also the Devil's Mill Hopper, which is the geological state park, where you can descend into a sinkhole and explore its geological features, which sounds kind of scary, but pretty cool too. And then, of course, downtown Gainesville. Now, that one I really do enjoy. Just kind of walking along, checking out these historic streets and architecture, dining in some of the local restaurants, which are very, very chic and very fun and amazing food. And, of course, there's all of the vibrant art scene going on and musicians and stuff, and it's pretty cool. You can also go to Sweetwater Wetlands Park, where you can enjoy walking on trails and bird watching and scenic views of wetlands. It's a very peaceful retreat, really. Then there's some other trails where you can take a hike, the La Chua Trail, I think is what it's called. But you take a hike along the boardwalk, and it has an observation tower, and you can check out alligators and birds, and it's pretty neat. Then there's the Santa Fe College Teaching Zoo, and you actually can visit a teaching zoo with all of their variety of animals, and it actually has a lot of educational programs there, so definitely encourage you to take a look at that. Again, that's the Santa Fe College Teaching Zoo. There's also the Morningside Nature Center, where you can enjoy horseback riding. They've got farm animals, they've got nature trails, and it's all in this really cool historic setting. There's the Matheson History Museum, where you can learn about the history of Alachua County and Gainesville, and they've got all these exhibits and artifacts. One of my favorite places also is Depot Park. It is so pretty, and they have all these events there, but you can go and just kind of relax by the lake. You can go for a paddle board ride. Paddle boats is my generation. Sorry. Paddle board ride. Or you can take part in a lot of the community events they have going on. I think they've got a 5K like every Saturday there. It is crazy. It's really a neat place to go and see. The playground is intense. It's great. There's also the Thomas Center, where you can tour a historic Mediterranean revival style building, and it has art galleries and gardens and all sorts of stuff. And then, of course, the Gainesville Raceway, which is for drag racing. A lot of drag racing events go there. It's very popular for more motorsports, and it's just a really cool place. I know the museum, the drag racing museum, a lot of that, they have big events kind of cooperating with the Gainesville Raceway. And then we have Lake Alice, which is a serene lake over on the UF campus, right back to UF. But be careful, because it is home to alligators. So just stay on the very scenic walking paths and you'll be fine. Basically, with all the fun stuff to do and amazing restaurants and college town vibe, I highly recommend to go and visit Gainesville once in a while, because it's a lot of fun. And if you're coming to the area, maybe just wanting to visit or something like that, just be sure to save some time to visit some of the cool places that are available, not just in Ocala, but surrounding. We have a lot of different really cool places in Alachua County and Citrus County and Levy County. I know some of you are like, Levy County, but you forget there's the Elephant Sanctuary. There is the Botanical Gardens up there. There is Devil's Den. I mean, there is amazing stuff in not just Marion County, but all of these surrounding areas. And to have, 1,000 artesian springs all over Central Florida, it just leaves so much stuff to explore and enjoy. So that's my encouragement for this week's show, is to enjoy where you live. Go out there, feel a little adventurous, get out there and explore the different areas. Don't just go to the same places every week. Get out there and enjoy your town. Enjoy the surrounding areas. Really know your home. All right. Well, that's it for this week. Hopefully you'll be back with me next week. Same place, same time. What's Up Ocala, Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Thanks so much. Bye.
You've been listening to What's Up Ocala? Follow us all week on Andrea Praber's YouTube channel and TikTok. We'll see you next week at 10 a.m. on What's Up Ocala.